Here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10. Go! At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
What we got?
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it third down and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got Burton here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. Mike 54. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 36. 30. Out. Watch safety creep. Creeping. Safety's creeping.
They go play action. Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Even. No. Check.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. How about a 39-yard pick? They'll take it. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Ready. Black 25. 54 Mike. Heavy on the edges. Here we go.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Rip right. Switch. Sonny.
Jameis to throw it. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
50. Ready. Blue ready. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Tight dog. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Check that.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to go deep for Conley. It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I'm trying to collect. Hey, check 20. Hey, stop. Let's go. Check.
Here's Winston. He completes it to Tate. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. He's coming. We got double A. 5 on the 50. Switch. 5 on the 50.
And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
Set. 250.
That's the end of the first quarter. With no score.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Hey, 54. Hey, box drop.
Switch up. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, easy.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45.
Here we go, even.
From the gun, they run with Michel. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Wait.
Showing it.
Let's go, let's convert.
To throw is Winston. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? Flag, what is that?
Mike 58, right there. On the ball. Kill. Jack.
Wait.
Jack. Shift. Watch the shift. Jack safety. Hey, switch gears.
Let's go.
The first down throw for Winston. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty.
58's the Mike.
Come on, run that.
Undercrunch. Check three. Pick the edge.
Come. 5-0.
Rush in.
From the gun, Winston. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a second and forever.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
58, boys. Easy. He can't hang.
He's not going to get me. Hey, even. Check. Let's go.
Now Winston. And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Lady.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, not a huge gain there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Under 10. Easy. Hey. Let's go.
Jameis now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people. This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ready?
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Check pass. Check four. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
Switch.
Kill. Slam. Check nine.
Winston now. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 51 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Bang. Hey, 5 on the 50.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Kill, kill, kill. Sonny. Check 37.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. Open man is Robbie Anderson. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Get ready. Flag 25 behind. Sonny. Let's go.
They'll throw again. Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
A loss of 8 yards. It's second down.
180. We ain't giving up nothing.
So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Even, even.
Here's Winston. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down.
Hey, Zoo. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
from the 35 on second down. Stafford, this one into the hands of Burton. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3, this is where the ball goes anymore.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return, it's Tate. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Check 31, check 31. Free, free.
And it's Michel once again. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready, black 25, 54, green, triple C. Check Mike 54, Mike 54.
Third and short yardage, Winston. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Set, 280. Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm coming.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 47-yard line.
Set, 180. Watch the curl, watch the curl.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
It's a gain of 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up second and 7. Chris Jones on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On third down, Mark Ingram fighting through. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. A shotgun snap for Stanford. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
A gain of 16 yards.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? In the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Let's go, defense. Hey, Creed, 17. Watch the safety, Creed. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Watch twist. Let's go.
On second down, Michelle. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Shift. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Winston. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage, throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Winston on fourth down. Open man is Anderson. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on second down, Winston. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Broncos have taken the lead. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And their first down, Chiefs.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go! 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Shaq, 56. Get him. 56. Mike, 56.
Stafford. He's got Burton here. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They snap it to Stafford. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Check that. We want Mike to back. Slam. 5-0.
Winston to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Black 25. 50 to the mic. Hey. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Come again. He's checking. Short train. 6 green, triple team.
Winston. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Chiefs, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I'm ready like live Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I